Today we are talking about how to do the clean in Olympic weightlifting. Some of you might call it a full clean, some of you might call it a squat clean. Ultimately, it's the same thing. Today we are going to be breaking down the movement on how to do it successfully. Hey guys, Mona here. Welcome to my channel where I talk about all things mindset and weightlifting, and today we are covering a weightlifting topic, the clean. So stay tuned. As you know, Olympic weightlifting is a very technical sport, and you get in competition the snatch and the clean and jerk. And often you will see people talking about the clean and the jerk, which is basically it's two movements, but it counts as one movement in the competition lifts. But I feel like it's very important to make sure that you do the clean part correctly before moving on to the split jerk. It will end up affecting your total. So you want to make sure that your clean is good as well as your split jerk, because putting those two together ultimately is what you will do in competition. Now, when it comes to approaching the barbell when you do the clean, you want to also make sure that obviously when there's weight on the barbell, that the barbell is not against your shins, but you do want it semi-close to your shin. So if you had to look at it from a side level, and this was your foot, for example, the bar would be in the middle of the foot. When it comes to gripping the barbell, you will grip the barbell either shoulder width apart or slightly wider, just depending on your mobility. I always like using a thumb from where the rough part starts on the women's bar. I like using my thumbs as a guideline in order to grip the bar at the same width every single time. Then the next step is making sure that you hook grip. Now, a hook grip is very important in the clean because ultimately it will make sure that when you go heavier, that the weight doesn't fall out of your hand. Now, the next part that's very important is you want to make sure that your shoulders, elbows, and wrist is in line and you are staying nice and over the barbell. So you want to make sure that you keep that back as straight as possible and you keep that back angle for as long as you can till the bar starts moving over the knees. I like using the cue push with your feet because you do not want the pressure of your feet to either be on the heels or on the toes. You want it to be on the full foot when you drive your feet into the ground when starting your pull for the clean. Once the bar passes the knee, you will start getting into a tall position, start extending up, shrugging the barbell up. The bar will make contact on the high part of the thighs or the hips, just depending on your limb length. You will then aggressively, with that shrug, pull yourself under the bar, making sure those elbows are as high as possible when you catch the weight. You do not want to have the elbows facing out when you clean, and you also do not want it to face super in. You just want those elbows to be as straight as possible, making sure that you maintain a big and open chest at all times. Once you pull yourself under the barbell into the squat position, you keep those elbows up. You will then rebound out of that squat, getting into, again, a tall position, and ultimately you will either lower the barbell down to do another repetition, or you will then prepare yourself to do the split jerk afterwards. Another thing I just wanted to add, when you pull yourself under the bar with the clean, you do get some athletes who won't jump out but will keep their feet the same and pull themselves under the barbell in the clean once they've reached the tall position. But then you also get some athletes who will jump out with their feet. You do not want to jump out too much because otherwise you will battle to get yourself into a full squat position. So ultimately you want to make sure that when you get that full extension and you pull yourself under the bar and you do jump out with your feet, just jump out slightly so that you can just be in a comfortable position when you catch the bar in the full squat position. So as you can see, there are quite a few components that needs to be taken into consideration when doing the clean. If you are an athlete who needs to work on certain positions or you need to fix certain positions in your clean, try focus on one or two cues and master those before doing too much at once. Guys, so that is the clean. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, ring that notification bell, and I will see you in the next one where I will either talk about weightlifting technique or mindset.